All right, now I'd like to introduce our first national finalist to present the business plan for the Audible. Welcome, Dagim. From Alexandria, Virginia.
So how many of you watched the last Super Bowl? And then how many of you were the infamous Monday morning quarterback or went on Twitter or Facebook to talk about the last Super Bowl? Well, 24.1 million tweets were sent during the last Super Bowl. In this day and age, sports fans are always on the web. From going to Bleacher Report and ESPN to get the latest sports news, to going to Facebook and Twitter to keep up with their social lives. As sports fans enter into the online world, their opinion and voice begins to grow. My site offers young sports fans a place for them to get the latest sports news while harboring their sports opinion. My name's Dagim Girma, and I'm the proud owner of the Audible. The Audible is a social media site geared toward young sports fans. The Audible has been active for about 6 months as of right now at theaudible.net with over 5,000 unique visitors per month. On the front end, it's like any other sports site with the latest breaking news in sports, but there's a whole social media back end. When you register as a user, you'll be given your own personal profile page, have access to the unique feed system, have the ability to write articles, and after winning regionals, we went through a whole website revamp where we gamified the site, adding an achievement and rank system. So you gain achievements through writing articles or posting comments, and as you gain achievements, you increase your rank, starting off as a rookie and working your way up to Audible Hall of Fame. As of right now, we cover professional sports, but we just began to cover high school sports in Northern Virginia. And we have an active mobile app ready to download on Android and iOS software, which I'll show you a short demo right now. When you enter in the app, there'll be a splash screen with our logo, and then you can scroll through the banner of pictures or latest news. If you click latest news, there's going to be the latest articles on our site. There'll be a title, a picture, and the article itself, and then you can link back to our site. And then you also have access to our Facebook and Twitter account. Now I'll show you the website itself. The site is very attractive. On the top right corner, there's a search bar. You can search a key term like LeBron and have a list of articles relating to that term, or search for your favorite writer or friend and have access to their personal profile page. On the dashboard, we have tabs for the 4 major sports, NFL, NBA, MLB, and NHL. And you have access to your personal profile page, achievements list, activity feed, or new post. If you click new post, you can write an article. The article will be directly posted on your personal profile page, and under our review might be posted on the homepage for everyone to see. If you scroll down on the homepage, this is the latest news for each of the 4 major sports, and we integrated Twitter on the bottom with Twitter feeds of sports reporters, sports players, and our own personal Twitter page. As I said before, you'll be given your own personal profile page. On the profile page, there'll be your name, username, and a picture. Under the picture, there'll be your star status rank, as well as points. Under that, there'll be a short bio, as well as the number of followers, the number of following, and finally, a history of posts and comments. In the middle, there's a status update, so if you follow someone, post a comment, or write a story, there'll be constant updates. What makes it different from a site like ESPN is ESPN has many writers and many articles, but there's no one place for you to get the latest updates on a specific writer you like. On the Audible, you can follow any writer, feature writer, or friend, and if they write an article or post a comment, you'll be given constant updates on the activity feed. Here's a look at an individual article with a huge picture, title, author's name, follow, and a like button, and then on the sidebar, there's a personal look at the author with their name, star status rank, a picture, and a short bio. As for advertising, we have a Google AdSense banner above the dashboard, as well as sponsor advertising. We also have sponsor advertising below the activity feed, as well as we have Yahoo Bing contextual ads on the sidebar of every article. The finances of a website are pretty complicated because we have many revenue streams. We do have active revenue as of right now through Google AdSense and Yahoo Bing contextual ads, but these 2 are our most profitable. They both will be active after 6 months because of a required amount of unique visitors. The first model I'll talk about is cost per thousand, which is working directly with the advertising network to display a variety type of ads on our site. We're looking at 10 cents per view and roughly $5,000 profit monthly. The next is sponsor advertising, which is working directly with a sports team, sports player, or a company like Nike to display ads on our site. We're looking at 25 cents per view and a little over $12,000 profit monthly. The sports service market is huge, grossing over $420 billion a year. We're trying to appeal to young sports fans who are adept to the web, most likely have a Twitter or Facebook, and have a huge voice and opinion on sports. As for promotion, we have 2 active social media accounts, a Twitter and a Facebook. Our Twitter has over 5,000 followers where we post articles and engage with our users. With a unique idea like the Audible, scalability is all determined by the writer. So if a writer comes onto the Audible and writes a story, and then they promote it to their friends, and then their friends become writers, and so on, our site grows from there. We'd also have search engine optimization, which is paying a search engine like Google or Yahoo to be displayed higher on search ranks for certain key terms. We'd also have giveaways and prizes. Our top two competitors are Bleacher Report and ESPN. Bleacher Report's more of a direct competitor because it integrates social media more, whereas ESPN's more direct and upfront. We have an upper hand in this market because we appeal to young sports fans, give them an opportunity to spread their opinions on sports, as well as hearing opinions from peers their age. As for qualifications, I had a previous sports blog, afdbsports.com, which I made roughly $300 from in less than 3 months. I was a website developer for Audio Supremacy. I'm president of DECA and both members of NFTE and FBLA, which helped me with communication. I was enrolled in entrepreneurship and sports marketing class, which helped me understand the business market more. And I was youth service president for Volunteer Alexandria for about 2 years. I also work with mentors such as Zachary Leonsis of Monumental Sports and Scott Shedler of the Motley Fool, which helped me understand my business more. As for sales projections for the first year, we're looking at a little over $104,000 of revenue, and after expenses, we're looking at $25,500 of profit. To start up this website, we need $640, 220 of which has already been spent because this is an active site, and that's the domain and developer. And 120 is for temporary writers, that's to fill content on our site, and finally $300 for emergency funds. As for projected annual variable expenses, we're looking at $6,600, $1,000 for promotion, so that's t-shirts, search engine optimization, and more, $600 for liability and health insurance, $300 for website hosting through Media Temple, $4,000 for management salary, so that's myself, and finally $700 for labor. That's to pay writers, and we do have a team of 50 featured writers as of right now. Now I'm going to show you a short commercial. Thank you for listening. Hope you consider investing in the Audible. Remember, you are the Audible. Join the movement, join the Audible. Thank you.
Yeah.
Dagim, that was awesome. That was awesome. All right, so this is the end of our first presentation. Judges, you have 6 minutes for question and answer, and your period begins now.
Cool.
Two questions.
Yes.
How big can your business be? And then two, like how big can it be and how big do you plan to make it? That's a serious question, not like, a gajillion dollars. And number two, so I just want to make sure I understand it. Do you pay the writers or the writers are coming on to the site and the platform and they're collecting an audience and creating fans for themselves? How, just explain that to me. I got lost on that.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for the questions. Okay, for the first question, I feel like we can get as big as we want. With high school sports, which is our future, we are contacting journalism departments in each school, and they cover all the articles, so they provide us with content, we just provide the platform. So we could just bring on a whole bunch of schools as well as writers, and I think the site can grow from there. And for the other question, as of paying writers, as of right now, we do not pay writers because these are featured writers, and they feel as if this is I provide them an opportunity to spread their opinions on sports, and this is a great way to put on your applications. And as a user, you could write articles, and as we gamified the site, it's like it gives you more props if you have many writers and a following on the site.
Got it.
Thank you for the question.
Thanks.
Okay, I have a question. So if you don't pay your writers, what stops them from getting 1 million followers and then starting their own blog?
Well, they could, but I feel like my platform is just better than theirs. I don't think that they can create a site like that, but I feel as if the Audible is like a community, and you really don't want to leave that community. Thank you.
2 questions. One is, this seems very geared towards the male population.
Yes.
So is there any opportunities for female memberships or sports or something like that?
That was a great question. As of right now, we do have female users. We have about maybe 50 female users on our site, and they do love, I feel like sports is universal, and anybody can write. We cover all types of sports, WNBA. I know female writers who like NHL, hockey even, so I feel like this is a universal.
The cost per thousand advertising model, it's a brutal business, and
Yes.
it is tough to make the kind of money that you've projected there. Have you looked into other revenue sources, and what potential do you think is there?
I feel, okay, there are many revenue sources coming with a website. Cost per thousand is probably one of the hardest because you need a required amount of views to contact those advertising networks, but we're looking at sponsor advertising because we provide them with users that they feel will provide them the greatest help according to their companies. And then we still do have Google AdSense, which won't make as much money as those two that I showed, but as of right now, we do use those. Thank you for the question.
Help me understand a bit more your target audience. You started certainly with the premise of the Super Bowl, the large national audience, and then you finished with the high school example where there's a big draw and a big need. Tell me a little bit more about how you see treating those audiences.
Well, we're targeting youth, so 14 to 25 who enjoy sports, like to talk about sports. We're really targeting that young audience because we feel as if no other site targets that audience fully and allows them to spread their opinions. So this is high school writers writing to high school readers.
So with a local feel or national feel?
National feel, as of right now.
So, okay, I have another question.
Yeah.
How do you protect your content?
Okay, so when you write on the Audible, there is a terms and conditions, and we put all that into the terms and conditions which you agree to when you enter the site.
Right, so when someone copy and pastes your article and it ends up on, let's say, ESPN.com, what do you do then?
Oh, contact the lawyer and then get
You might want to reevaluate your budget.
Yes.
Why are you going to pay yourself only $4,000?
Well, I'm not that greedy, but
Wait, hang on a second. Hang on. You're the CEO of a startup,
Yeah.
and you're the owner of a company. You're not doing this for
yeah,
charity.
that's true. Well,
So $4,000 is a lot of money to anybody, but why aren't you paying yourself first? A lot of people say pay yourself first, make sure that you're well taken care of, and that can give you the energy and the sustainability of your business. So why only
That's true.
4,000?
thank you for the question. Well, as of right now, I do live in my parents' house, and
Okay.
expenses aren't that much.
That's a good answer.
So I feel as if 4,000 can handle a lot.
So your parents can charge you rent, is what you're saying.
I'm gonna ask the opposite question. If you've got $5,000 to start this business, why pay 4,000 of it to yourself? Why not put it all into content and development?
Yeah, well, personally, I would. As of right now, our revenue is streaming back to the business because we want to build content on our site and gain our promotion, name, and marketing value. So,
I have a question. How do you maintain quality control? If anybody on your site can just write whatever they want, A, is it going to be too congested? B, what if there's someone that's not appropriate? Who's doing the checks and balances of the writers?
thank you. That's actually a great question. We do have moderators as of right now. I'm the moderator, but we do have 5 more moderators. We go through each content that's getting submitted. So if you click new post, write your article, and submit it, we go through it and look at it. All featured writers write great articles, nothing harmful. And then users that write articles, it goes through moderators before getting posted. Thank you.
So as you look at constantly refreshing the site and the great design up front, but that's the first iteration and you expect it to live long, tell me a little bit more about that, your expense line to truly keep the site fresh, not just the programming cost, but the cost of reaching out and getting the consumer insights, getting the market research.
Thank you for the question. Well, as we gain into high school sports, we were thinking about revamping it to have individual pages for each of the high schools. And as for revamping the site, it would just be more, just add content, create the site so that the site can handle more content and have different sections such as high schools and expand from there.
All right.
Thank you.
That-